We finally got an update on Fire Force, first episode of season 3. We got a lot of information in this first episode. There's a lot we see unfolding. So let's talk about a few things. The episode starts off showing firebugs in the nether. So we know the firebugs are going to play a more important role in this season. Not only that, one of the main things from this episode that like kind of caught me off guard and kind of intrigued me was the way that they start off after the firebugs showing Sharon and Haumea. In the last season, the last 2 seasons, Haumea kind of bothered me as a villain. Just with this one episode starting this new season, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of reeled me in as a villain. It feels like it's setting up that she's one of the big masterminds basically behind all the planning and plotting for the evangelist. In this episode, we see her like being more serious. Like we see her starting off, you don't see it, but when she's torturing the person and she comes out, she's even serious then. And it's a change of pace because last season, everything with her was like all, not jokes, but like her playing around. Like she was never acting serious. She was always acting crazy. Not only then, but later on in the episode when they show like the plot that's really unfolding and you see the white-clad is actually working with, who's this man? The Pope, the Archpope Bishop of the First Cathedral. Like, let's just dive into Haumea real quick. There's a lot going on, but Haumea is one of the main focuses of this episode and one of the main things I want to talk about. Her powers are like really OP to me, considering the fact that majority of everybody else in the show's powers kind of relate to fire, controlling fire, certain little variances, but Haumea has some whole different telekinetic and psychological powers. Her talking head attack alone, the whole situation in the cathedral when the first company comes, she's talking to Burns and then has to switch up how she's talking because he shows that he's ready to fight, just fully bursts into flames and it's like, yo, let's go. But she's like, nah, let me talk serious so that, you know, I can get him to understand. She shows herself altering her own brain, like getting herself to talk different and then being able to convince Burns of all people, who, let's face it, maybe not everybody else, but I won't lie, from the beginning I always caught a weird feeling about this guy. I knew he was gonna turn his back. I got the point that he was trying to depict being, you know, the big hero, but he just rubbed me the wrong way from the beginning. So him turning and being convinced by Haumea didn't surprise me that much. But Haumea's actual powers and the extent of them, and the fact that she was able to convince him that easily. I don't know what they did to give her powers, but her powers are OP. Pretty sure the head pope is only working with them because of her powers the same way that it just happened to Burns. I'm pretty sure that's how that came about. Either way, that whole situation showed me like, all right, Haumea's determination as a villain, she's dedicated, bro. Like, I gotta give her flowers. I actually like her as a villain now. Haumea is a weirdo, of course. Before she was kind of too goofy, but like the fact that she knows how to dial it back and be serious, I'm like, okay, hats off to her. Seeing Vulcan and Lisa actually finally be part of the team, also lit when we see them in the beginning. Lich was somebody that kind of gave me a wrong feeling, kind of in that gray area, but I feel like now, like, all right, he's part of Company 8 regardless. Even if he got the Jokers behind him, I feel like he's just gonna utilize them to help Company 8 in the end when they need it. Like, it'll be his Joker trump card to pull out. Yeah, I want to see what he pulls out later, what they do. I want to see what the Fire Force clowns are capable of. Sister's lit in this episode too. I see Sister done toughened up. She's not playing. She got the Latom launcher on deck, so she's ready to go, ready to drop Shinra and Arthur whenever they get out of line. Not only did they double down on Tamaki beating Assault in the nether with her lecherous, but Maki also just Donkey Kong throws the shit out of her and throws her right out of her clothes, and I was like, but the way that Maki just gripped the shit out of her arm and threw her, I was like, yo, real gorilla. Captain Obi getting kidnapped by the white-clad because she done basically snuck in and mind controlled like everybody in Tokyo. She got the police force on her back. She got the head Archbishop Pope on her back. She done got everybody. So now they done snatched up Obi and they trying to bug my boy. They better not do that, bro. Not Obi, bro. Come on, man. Don't do my mans like that. The game does not play about the captain. They're coming to see about him. Maybe that's somewhere one of the paths it goes. You know, maybe I should have read the manga, but I'm not sure. I've been straight anime watching with this because the animation has been since season 1. So I hope that that's not the way it goes. And if they do use a bug to turn Captain Obi into some kind of Infernal, I hope that they find some way to reverse it. Like, we don't need to take that loss. Not Obi, not Zoro. This is the first anime I ever watched that the intro comes on 20 minutes in. This shit is hilarious because I thought that there was going to be an intro in the beginning when they were showing the nether and all that going on in the very beginning with the firebugs. But no, the intro comes on at 20 minutes, comes back to just show the 20-second clip of Captain Burns talking to Haumea because he's already been brainwashed and under their control, and him saying, oh yeah, we're gonna bug Obi, and that's it. Then it goes to the outro, and I was like, what the hell, why didn't you just put the intro? hey, whatever, just because of the way the episode was flowing and going, they had nowhere to put it. I was like, there's no way that said skip intro 20 minutes and then it said skip outro right after. I thought that shit was hilarious. But no, I'm excited to see. This is supposed to be the final season of Fire Force, so it's supposed to be wrapping up and completing the story. So just excited to see where it goes, what happens. Hopefully Shinra doesn't have to fully go crazy berserk because Obi gets turned into Infernal. But let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes. I'll be keeping up with this. An assistant that worked on Fire Force also has their own side story now has had for a while now, called Gachiakuta. I've done a video talking about Gachiakuta already, but July 2025 we're getting a Gachiakuta anime. That needs to be like on the top of all your lists coming July summer anime, because if you like Fire Force and like the aggressive art style with some of the fire, it's almost like grungy with the fire, and Shinra's character design, the shark teeth. The mangaka for Gachiakuta found a lot of inspiration for Fire Force, but like put her own take on it. The main character in Gachiakuta, Rudo, is like a different kind of Shinra, probably a little bit more angry. He can't control his anger and his aggression as much. I have another video coming on Gachiakuta too, manga wise. Still gotta pick up the 5th volume, but I just can't wait to see an anime because the concept behind Gachiakuta and just the way everything plays out in the manga is lit. So check back for that if you're interested in that. Check back for more Fire Force episode reactions if you're interested in that. Check back for Guilty Gear Dual Rulers if you're interested in that. Other mangas and animes I'll be covering. Any of that outside of that. That's all I got for today, guys. That one, we out.